Camelot 331 here, and I'm sure at your job, you're used to really dumb rules that make no damn sense. And when you come up with a solution, all they do is say, this is not Cody Stop, this is Gamestop. And then they take your advice and then they use it for themselves. And then they take credit. Man, I hate these people. You push them off the cliff, like in 300, when they push all the dudes off the cliff, they all fall off into the ravine. That's kind of how I feel about this situation. But GameStop is no stranger to having crazy ass rules that make no damn sense. And we're going to go over them right now, and it's modern rules that people are submitting right here. So we're going to go over it right now, and you best be liking the video. Like it now. Don't forget. It's very important. You want me to be successful? Do you want to be successful? I can guarantee it. All you do is like the video and then comment and stuff and subscribe. You know, all the things. But we're going to jump right into this hot, delicious sauce. So let's take a look. It says, what is the dumbest rule we have to follow as GameStop employees? And I can tell you a couple, but I'm going to read theirs first. It says, if your phone rings, answer it. And I mean, I've been directly told to halt conversations with customers and stop mid-transaction to answer the phone. Dude, I'm telling you what, man, this is very important because my district managers and regional directors said the same thing. Now look, they had never worked in a store. My district manager did not even know how to run the computer in the store. He was an old man. Same thing with my RD. They had no idea what they were doing, but every piece of advice they were given was something they thought they were a genius for thinking up. And the average employee can tell you immediately if something will work because they're in the damn front lines. But right now, you'll have a customer in line, and this works anywhere, with high profit margin stuff, thousands of dollars, and your company wants you to answer a phone to say no or yay to having an in-stock item every 5 minutes. That customer is going to feel disenfranchised and you're going to lose that profit. But the regional directors don't see that. All they see is as many customers as possible. They're quite literally dumb as hell. But that's scratching the surface. No hoodies, no drinks. This is another rule. Not allowed to wear hoodies or drinks. Drinks have to be in the back room. Can't even be under the counter. I'll tell you right damn now, you can eat my ass. I don't care who you are. I'm not in kindergarten. I'm an adult. I will have a bottle of water for my sustenance all day, every day. If you want to say I'm not allowed to have water to drink at work, you're more than happy to try to carry my giant ass out of the store, but it's not going to play out for you. I'm going to end up carrying you out the store. That's how this is going to work. So first things first, I'm drinking water. If you tell me I can't, I'm getting slapped around. Number two, not being able to wear a jacket or a hoodie. A little bit of a story real quick. When I first opened the Fort Payne store in Fort Payne, Alabama, and GameStop was the manager there, little did we know that we did not have heat installed in the store yet. And it was the middle of the damn winter. So it was 20 degrees outside. So our store was about 40 degrees. And it just so happens that some executives decided to show up because they always visit new stores. And I wasn't allowed to wear a jacket and none of the employees were either. So we were in short sleeve shirts and you could see our breath and we were all shivering and dying. And all the executives came in and just stood there and laughed. Think about that for a moment. And guess what? By the way, all the executives were wearing jackets. It was literally one of the funniest things. And when I think back now, it's kind of one of the funnier things. Another one is no hats. If you're bald, let them wear a hat. Nobody wants to see that. No text chains. So what is that? That's like a group chat for your store. Because since everybody's hourly now, technically, you have to be on the clock to have conversations with anybody you work with, or it could be considered, you know, working for free, and that's a problem. So every single store says it gets policy to talk to people while you're off the clock. Now, granted, I don't really know how that works, how people are going to call you in, text you, these things happen, but that's another dumbass rule that pretty much is, it washes their hands of any responsibility if a lawsuit comes around. The concepts of open availability. This is one of the funniest things, and this is not exclusive to GameStop, but it is something that GameStop pretty much requires. You have to have open availability on your schedule. If you go to school, they don't care. If you have another job, they'll tell you to quit it for the minimum wage 2-hour a month job at GameStop. It's very, very silly. They're asking you to come into GameStop and making no money. This guy says my store leader just dragged the whole team over the fact that we're a team with open availability, but we aren't scheduled. We're slow to respond if he's trying to get a hold of us. His point was that we all have open availability, so we should all respond bare minimum, which completely goes against the previous rule of text chains, by the way. It says, as if open availability doesn't mean you can schedule me whenever and I'll just make plans outside of those times. It's ridiculous. And it's something I always dealt with, is open availability. Very, very, very silly. The dress code is by far, hands down, the worst. 2 summers ago, we could wear hats. Now we can't wear hats. But we sell hats that all promote games and franchises that tie into the same things we're allowed to wear on t-shirts. This makes 1000% no sense. Take, for instance, I don't know, the free hat you get for pre-ordering Final Fantasy. You could literally point at your head and say, pre-order the game and I'll give you this free hat. Nope, not allowed. But you can wear a t-shirt they sell in the children's section of Walmart with Baby Yoda on it, and it's perfectly professional and acceptable. Blows my mind. That's something that I'll never understand either. Like, if it's promoting something you're selling, that's the easiest thing. Great example, the episode of South Park called Free Hat. Everybody showed up for the free hat meeting. This one says no sitting. This is something that's only exclusive to like America, from what I gather. My district manager would absolutely flip his lid if you sat down, because it was, even if there was no one in the store, by the way, there could be no one in the store at all. For 10 hours, you were not allowed to sit down. You were supposed to pretend to alphabetize because it was already alphabetized, you know, and you were not allowed to sit down. And I'm like, what the hell does this have to do with anything? Because he's an old school guy, so it's like the perception of laziness. But from what I'm told, in all other countries, that's like a normal thing. You sit down, you're still the job. You're still clocked in. Who gives a damn if you sit down? Plot twist, my district manager sat down all day in his office. Keep in mind, the reason why they were able to terminate me, you know, when I decided to walk out the day I finally escaped the clutches of GameStop, was because they claimed I was sitting at my desk at 8:30 a.m., an hour and a half before the store opened. I don't know what they thought I was supposed to do. I was supposed to walk around and do something? Like, what was I supposed to do? They're just trying to get you out the damn door. They're just trying to fire you, and that's how these things work. But there's dumb rules like that you have to abide by. There's several. Another dumb rule was having to wait, and this is personal for me, but having to wait to get your district manager's approval to close when you're in a like tornado warning and the power's out or the roads are froze over and you live an hour away. My district manager would always tell me to stay. Dude, there could be a tornado in my parking lot with a damn knife, like a shiv, looking at my ass. And he wouldn't give a damn. And he'd be like, no, I'll stay there and fist fight the tornado. No, I'm not gonna do that shit. I'll just leave. I got to the point where I just left. Because I'm like, you know what, fuck this. I'm not dying for this company. Should you die for the company? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Another thing is dumb arbitrary policy returns and stuff. At the end of my career, I just started doing whatever. If I knew it didn't really hurt profit, I'm gonna do it unless it's like way out of the realms of possibility. You know, if somebody is 32 days in their return and they haven't opened a thing or what, I'm returning that shit. It got to the point though where the computer would be like, no, you can't return it. And you had to force override it. And then eventually it wouldn't let you force override it anymore. And I'm like, you trying to get me in trouble. Because you know this lady's going to jack slap my ass. That's looking at me right now. She's going to slap me right in the jaws, bro. That's what's going to happen. What are some of the dumb rules that you have at your place of work? Please comment them down below. I want to heart my favorite ones. Because I know you have some spicier ones than me. Please let me know. It's very important. And please like this video and share it with your boys. And get the hell on it, doggone it. There's so many things going on in life to smile about. Bye. Yeah.